Alrighty. Good evening, good evening. What's going on, folks? Greetings and blessings to all pro wrestling fans out there of all shapes and sizes from all over the world. Welcome to a live edition of Pro Wrestling Talk here on the YouTube, the Tube, and the Facebook. Brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. I hope everybody had an awesome and blessed Memorial Day weekend. Once again, happy Memorial Day. It is, well, right now it is Memorial Day, May 27th of 2024. It's getting ready to be May 28th in a matter of minutes. But I hope everybody's been doing really well, staying safe, and enjoyed their weekend. So, wanted to get on here, chat for a while. I haven't done a live pro wrestling talk in a hot minute, so I figured, got quite a bit to talk about, so I figured, why not go live? Let's go live. So, gonna talk about a number of things. The King of DDT for 2024 has been crowned, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. Also gonna go over the current standings for a couple of pro wrestling tournaments. Catch the Wave, the Ice Ribbon Ice Cross Infinity tournament, as well as the Best of Super Juniors tournament, which is entering its final week of block matches. So it's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to the wire. Also gonna talk a little Becky Lynch. Did she just have her last match in the WWE? There were some thank you Becky chants that happened. Word is she hasn't re-signed yet. So gonna talk a little bit about that. And just gonna talk about some other miscellaneous pro wrestling stuff. You know, got a number of events coming up that I'm looking forward to. Can't wait to check out. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have some fun. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done one of these live, so figured I'd hop on here. So, let's go ahead and get started with the King of DDT. The finals took place yesterday, and I finally got a chance to watch, which technically it was the semifinals and the finals, but I got a chance to watch that show, and specifically those three matches. And to be honest with you, I am not surprised at the outcome of the winner, this year's King of DDT. So without further ado, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, your 20th anniversary King of DDT winner is Mao. That's right. The effed up wrestler in an effed up world, Mao, the current DDT Extreme champion, that's right, is your King of DDT for this year. And like I said, I'm not really surprised in one bit that he ended up winning. So, how did things go down? Well, first off, he was able to knock out Kazusada Higuchi in the semifinals. A pretty good solid match, but was able to knock him out. We had a very extreme semifinal match between Daisuke Sasaki and Chris Brooks. Of course, Chris Brooks was last year's King of DDT, and they had all sorts of stuff being used in this match, all sorts of weapons. I mean, even Daisuke Sasaki even busted out a stun rod. It was crazy. Really, really crazy. But These two went at it. Chris Brooks got bloodied up pretty good. But when it was all said and done, Daisuke Sasaki was able to pin and knock out Chris Brooks to punch his ticket to the finals. So the finals came down to Mao versus Daisuke Sasaki. And it was a really good one. Action-packed back and forth match between the two that really went down to the wire. But Mao was able to eventually hit that 450 splash and was able to put away Daisuke Sasaki to win the King of DDT tournament. Now, of course, with him winning this year's King of DDT, that means he gets a title shot at the KOD Openweight Championship, the top title in DDT, against Yuki Ueno. And that will take place at DDT's, pretty much their Super Bowl of events, Wrestle Peter Pan. That's right, DDT Wrestle Peter Pan, which this year will be at the Ryogoku Sumo Hall in Tokyo, Japan, on Sunday, July 21st. That's right. Sunday, July 21st is Wrestle Peter Pan. They haven't put out a full card yet, but we at least know that the KOD Openweight Championship will be defended. Yuki Ueno, the champion, against Mao, who earned this shot by winning the King of DDT tournament. Now, they did announce one match for this show, a special singles match that I think is going to be a very interesting and a very action-packed match. But we're going to get a special singles match between Konosuke Takeshita and Masato Tanaka. Like, that might as well be another dream match that I think will be very intense. And, you know, it's a legend versus one of the young up-and-comers. So I'm definitely looking forward to that match. I've gotten a chance to meet both Takeshita and Tanaka-san before via DPW, but I'm actually very curious to see how this matchup would go. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and that will take place at Wrestle Peter Pan. And, you know, that's pretty much, I want to say that's the next big upcoming event for DDT. Although I believe they are doing a collaboration show with Great. Yeah, they're doing a collaboration show with Great, which I believe is coming up, I want to say next week. So I do want to check that out. Which I am looking forward to see what kind of card they announce for that. So that should... Oh, yeah, I found it. Yeah. Great versus DDT. June 6th. So June 6th. Definitely want to check that out. Have to see what kind of card that they put together. And yeah, I might have to eventually do a preview on that. As a matter of fact, they do have the card out for that. Let me add this. Let me actually like this so that I'll have to go over that later and do a preview. But yeah, they actually got quite a loaded card. They got a loaded card. Let's see. Hey, Forest City Kitty. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Keep pounding. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a very interesting card. Minoru Tanaka versus Kazuki Harada. Ooh, that should be really good. Um, Shima and Harashima versus Soma Watanabe and Soma Takao. Okay. Tetsuya Izuchi versus Tetsuya Endo. Okay. Um. Oh, Kazuma Sumi and Toy versus Takuma and SBK, aka SB Kento. Oh, that should be good. That should be good. Um. Oh, we got a trios match. Yuki Ueno, El Lindemann, and Mao versus Sensho Takagi, Kaz Hayashi, and Akito. Okay, this card is actually looking pretty solid. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to go through and do a preview of this card. This is a very loaded card. Wow. Yeah, this is a very loaded card. Yeah, I definitely got to check that out. But yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. We'll definitely have to check out that show. But yeah, that is June 6th. June 6th. I'm gonna have to create an event for that on the Discord. Yes, indeed. But yeah, once again, congratulations to Mao on winning the King of DDT tournament. Definitely very happy for him. And I had to make a quick error. He's the DDT Universal Champion, not the Extreme Champion. So my mistake on that. I keep getting both of those mixed up. But no, Mao is the DDT Universal Champion. So had to correct myself. Let's see. I also, before we go into the tournament recaps or the tournament standings, there's a couple of other announcements as well. They got TJPW announced their full card for TJPW Prism, which is actually a pretty solid card. Let's want to mention this. But yeah, it is a really good card, which will take place on, actually also on June 9th. So, wow, that's going to be a busy day. That's going to be a very busy day. Sunday, June 9th. But yeah, we got, let's see, non-title action. Daisy Monkey versus Runa Okuba, Haru Kazushiro. That should be really interesting. Chika Nanase versus Uta Takami. Battle of two rookies. That should be really good. We got a tag team match, Naoka Kuta and Saki versus Raku and Pam Harajuku. That should be really good. Let's see. You got you got a trios match. Aja Kong teaming with Yuki Kamifuku and Kira Summer to take on Maki Ito, Mahiro Kiryu, and Kaya Toribami. Interesting combination of both of those teams. Interesting combinations. A big singles match I'm looking forward to. A great test for Moka Miyamoto as she will square off against Hikaru Shida. That's going to be a big, huge challenge for Moka Miyamoto. And it's been a couple of years since Shida competed in TJPW. So definitely very excited for that match. We got the veterans versus the rookies as we have a 8-woman tag match. We got Shoko Nakajima, Mizuki, Rika Tatsumi, and Yuki Aino taking on the rookie team of Wakana Uehara, Himawari, Toga, and Shino Suzuki. It'll be a good test to see where the rookies are at with this match. So definitely looking forward to that. Let's see. And then we got two titles on the line. The International Princess Championship, which Yuki Arai will defend against L.A. Taylor, which I've never heard of her, but apparently she's really, really tall. She's really tall. So I have to look up, do my homework, look her up. And then Miyu Watanabe will defend the Princess of Princess Champion against Vert Vixen. So Vert Vixen, who has wrestled with in TJPW before, so she's gotten her feet wet in TJPW, and come June 9th, she's going to have a big opportunity as she challenges for the top prize in TJPW. So definitely looking forward to that. I've met Vert Vixen. I've also met Miyu Watanabe. I think that'll be a really solid match. But yeah, that's TJPW Prism 24. So that should be really good. Let's see. And not only that, I don't believe I mentioned this before in a previous video or live stream. I don't think I did, so I'll go ahead and mention it again. But it has been announced, the information on the 11th Tokyo Princess Cup. That's right, the 11th Tokyo Princess Cup. I'm just looking it up. There's a particular tweet that had the information. Just bear with me 1 second, y'all. Found it. But yes, the 11th Tokyo Princess Cup got announced a while back in early May, but the tournament will start on July 28th at the Ryogoku Sumo Hall, or the Ryogoku KFC Hall, I'm sorry. Ryogoku KFC Hall. And then the finals will be August 25th at Korakuen Hall. So we know that last year, we had a pretty solid finals last year. The finals last year was Miyu Yamashita versus Yuki Kamifuku. Yuki Kamifuku had just an amazing run in last year's Tokyo Princess Cup, but she came up short in the finals to Miyu Yamashita. So I'm very curious to see who gets announced for this tournament and who could be the favorite to win. So definitely looking forward to this year's Tokyo Princess Cup. I have to see if Miyu Yamashita can repeat, or will there be a new Tokyo Princess Cup winner? We shall see. Okay. Now let's talk about some tournaments. So first off, let's start with let's start with the Ice Cross Infinity Championship tournament, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, let's get started with that one. Got the spreadsheet up. Let's go. Okay. Ice Cross Infinity Championship Tournament, Group A. So, sitting at the bottom, we got two ladies with 1 point apiece, which are Tsukasa Fujimoto and Arisa Shinose. So, starting with Arisa Shinose, she has actually finished all of her matches, and her final record is a disappointing 0-3-1. So, no victories. She had 3 losses to Hamuko Hoshi, Kyuri, and Misa Kagura, and she had the 1 draw with Tsukasa Fujimoto. And unfortunately, due to her score, she has been mathematically eliminated from the tournament. So, quite a bummer for her. I know there was a little bit of hope when she got the draw against Tsukasa Fujimoto, but just hasn't been able to win a match. So, a really rough ending for her. Okay, and Tsukasa Fujimoto has a record of 0-1 with 1 point. She has the 1 draw with Arisa Shinose, and she has 3 matches left, which it looks like her next upcoming match will be against Misa Kagura on June 1st. So, she still has an opportunity to hopefully, maybe she'll win 3 straight. I don't know. We'll see. But she's got to face Misa Kagura, Kyuri, and Hamuko Hoshi for her final 3 matches. So it's not going to be easy, but she has a shot. Okay, we got one woman sitting in 3rd place right now with 3 points on a record of 1-1-1, and that is Just Tap Out's Misa Kagura. So she has the 1 win over Arisa Shinose, the 1 loss to Hamuko Hoshi, and the 1 draw with Kyuri. She has 1 match left. Excuse me. She has 1 match left against Tsukasa Fujimoto, and she definitely needs to get this win in order to have a chance. She's sitting at 3 points. She's in danger of elimination, but if she can somehow defeat Tsukasa Fujimoto, needs to be a win. It can't be a draw, but she needs to get a win in order to have a chance. But we shall see, and that match will happen June 1st. All right, we got one woman sitting at a record of 2-1 with 4 points, sitting in 2nd place, and that is Hamuko Hoshi. She has the 2 victories over Misa Kagura and Arisa Shinose, and she has the 1 loss to Kyuri. And then she has 1 match left against Tsukasa Fujimoto. She too is also in danger in danger of elimination. Being that she's not in the lead, she needs to get a victory. She needs to get a victory or a draw, I guess, in order to stand a chance. But I think her best bet, get a victory so she can finish with 6 points and she can be in the lead. But we'll see what happens. It'll be a tough match against Tsukasa Fujimoto. And then sitting at the top of Group A with 5 points on a record of 2-0-1, still undefeated, is Kyuri. Kyuri, former International Ribbon Tag Team Champion, is looking pretty solid right now. She has the 2 victories over Hamuko Hoshi and Arisa Shinose. She has the 1 draw with Misa Kagura. And she has 1 match left, and it is against Tsukasa Fujimoto. So, a lot of folks, last match is against Tsukasa Fujimoto. But right now the ball is in her hands. And she gets a victory. If she can defeat Tsukasa Fujimoto, she pretty much wins and makes it to the finals. So she wins and she's in. That's all she has to do. Because with a win, she'll have 7 points. So a win and she's in. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's move on to Group B. Okay, Group B is even more interesting. So, sitting at the bottom with 0 points on a record of 0-2 is Asuka Fujitaki. Really, really disappointing tournament for her. She has the 2 losses to Yuna Manase and Seran. She has 2 matches left, with the next match being against Yappy. But unfortunately, because she can only get up to 4 points total, it won't be enough to secure a spot in the finals. Therefore, Asuka Fujitaki has been mathematically eliminated. Okay. Next, we have another woman that has 2 points on a record of 0-1 and 2, and that's Yappy. Another really rough tournament for her, but not as bad as Asuka Fujitaki's. She has no wins, the 1 loss to Yuri, and the 2 draws with Yuna Manase and Seran. And she has 1 match left against Asuka Fujitaki, but the highest that she can get is 4 points with a victory. It's not going to be enough. Therefore, she is mathematically eliminated. Okay, we got 1 competitor that's sitting with a record of 1-2-1 with 3 points total, and that's Seran. Seran, who has finished all of her matches, so she finishes with a final record of 1-2-1. She has the 1 victory over Asuka Fujitaki, the 2 losses to Yuna Manase and Yuri, and the 1 draw with Yappy. So, honestly, I think just with the rough start with her, I think that really just kind of did her in. But unfortunately, finishes with 3 points and therefore is mathematically eliminated from this tournament. All right. Sitting in second place, undefeated with a record of 2-0 with 4 points, is Yuri. Yuri, who is a former Ice Cross Infinity champion. She has 2 wins over Yappy and Seran. And she has 2 matches left against Yuna Manase and Asuka Fujitaki. Being that she has 2 matches left, she could technically afford 1 loss, but it would be in her best interest to try to win out. Because if she can win out, then she's in. Because it will be a straight 4-0, and that's 8 points. So, we'll have to see if she can perhaps win out. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough. And then sitting at the top of Group B with 5 points, with a record of 2-0-1, is Yuna Manase. She has the 2 victories over Seran and Asuka Fujitaki, and the 1 draw with Yappy. And it figures that her final match is against Yuri. The top 2 ladies are looking to square off soon, and that's Yuna's last match. And pretty much with Yuna, all she has to do is win, and she's in. If she can win, then she's in. So, we'll see what happens. But I think it's safe to say it's definitely gonna come down between Yuna Manase and Yuri. Should be good. Should be really good. I'm actually excited about that matchup. Let's see. But yeah, we know we got matches on June 1st, which is at least, let's see, one. So we know we got at least 2 matches June 1st, one from the A block, or from Group A, and one from Group B. So they haven't announced the dates yet for the remaining block matches. Hopefully they will soon. But definitely looking forward to see who ends up making out of the Group A and Group B for the finals, to see who gets crowned the new Ice Cross Infinity champion. Like I said, originally it was vacated by Ibuki Hoshi due to her her pregnancy. So new champ incoming. But anyway, once I get more information on when those remaining matches are, I'll be sure to update the spreadsheet. Okay, let's go ahead and shift gears to the Catch the Wave tournament current standings, which it's starting to get pretty interesting. So let me go ahead and get the spreadsheet out for that. Let me close this one. All right, here we go. Catch the Wave. Alrighty. Starting from Young Block A. Still very early in the Young Block A, especially considering a lot of the remaining matches for this block are in June, and then there's even one in July. So it's still close. It's still close. But right now, sitting at the bottom with 0 points on a record of 0-1 is Yuzuki. She has just the one match, which was a loss to Honoka. But she does have 2 matches left. She's still very much in it. So we'll see how she does with these remaining 2 matches in June against Yuna and Sia. And then we have a 3-way tie with 2 points each, which are Honoka, Sia, and Yuna. So starting with Yuna, right now she has a record of 1-0. She's only had 1 match, which was a victory over Sia. And she has 2 matches left. 2 matches against Honoka and Yuzuki. Yuzuki in June, Honoka in July. So, see if she can stay undefeated and win out her 2 matches. Sia has a record of 1-1, 2 points. She has the 1 victory over Honoka, but the loss to Yuna. And she has 1 match left, which is in June, against Yuzuki. Of course, Sia is the niece of the legendary Manami Toyota. So we'll have to see if she can finish strong and, get this last win and give herself 4 points. And then Honoka, also 1-1 with 2 points. She has a victory over Yuzuki, a loss to Sia, and her final match isn't until July, which is against Yuna. So she actually has a while before she gets her final block match. But now, of course, she'll still be wrestling other matches as well along the way. But her last block match isn't until July. So she's got a while. But it'll be interesting to see what happens as we get ready to enter into the month of June at the end of this week to see how this block looks by the time we get to the middle of June. But yep, that's Young Block A. Let me see before we go on. Check to see if there are any messages. No. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Young Block B. Okay, Young Block B. Sitting at the bottom of Young Block B with 0 points, but hasn't had any matches yet. She's right now 0-0, and that's Chi-Chi. Her matches aren't until June, which her first one's not until June 15th. So she's got a little while longer before she starts her block matches. And they'll be pretty close by in dates. So we'll have to see how she does once she gets started. Okay. We got two ladies tied with 1 point apiece, which are Riara and Mizuki Kato. Let's take a look at Mizuki Kato. Right now she has a record of 0-1-1. No wins, a loss to Rana Yagami, and a draw with Riara. But here's the thing, she only has one match left. So she needs to win this match in order to really give herself a solid chance to give her 3 points. It won't be a comfortable lead, but it'll at least keep her in the game. But her final match will be against Chi-Chi in June. But she is in danger of elimination, but she's not out of it yet. So we'll see how that goes, if she can finish strong. All right, Riara. She has a record of 0-0-1 with 1 point, and she just has the one draw with Mizuki Kato. And she has 2 matches left against Chi-Chi and Rana Yagami. And then right now, sitting at the top of the Young Block B with a record of 1-0, 2 points, is Stardom's own Rana Yagami from God's Eye. That's right, 1-0. She has the victory over Mizuki Kato, and she has 2 matches left against Riara and Chi-Chi. So we'll have to see if she can keep the streak going. But yeah, had her first match and she got the victory. So a good start for Rana Yagami, but we'll see how she finishes. But right now she is officially at the top of the Young Block B. So very curious to see how things finish up with Rana Yagami, which is one of the Stardom talent featured in this tournament. Alrighty. Let's move on to the Elizabeth block. Okay, the Elizabeth block that has the really weird rules for these triple threat matches. Okay, Elizabeth block. Right now, sitting at the bottom with -2 points on a current record of 1-3 is Sakura Hirota, which she is in danger of elimination. If she eats one more pin or submission, that will put her at -3, which means she will be disqualified from the tournament, because one of the rules is if you hit -3, you are automatically disqualified. So she is one pinfall or submission away from being disqualified. So we'll have to see if she can hold strong, because remember, the final scores are tallied up to July 14th. So whoever has the most points by July 14th will win the Elizabeth block. So There's still plenty of time left, but it's really critical time for Sakura Hirota. She needs to start getting wins and get that score back up. Because you only get 1 point for a win. But she needs to start racking up wins in order to get out of that negative. Alright. We have one competitor sitting at -1 with a record of 0-2, and that's Kaori Yoneyama. Kaori Yoneyama, also in a tough situation here. She's not at the bottom, but still she's in the negative. So, she's another one that's got to start racking up wins and get out of that negative. And then we got 3 ladies that are currently sitting at 0 points, which are Yuki Miyazaki, Cherry, and Himiko. Funny thing about that is Yuki Miyazaki is actually the current Regina de Wave champion, which is the top title in Pro Wrestling Wave. But anyway, let's take a look at Himiko. Himiko has a record of 1-3 with 0 points. So, who would have thought that the ladies at the top of this block would all have zeros? It's crazy. But, hey, that's according to the rules. Cherry also has a record of 1-3. Yuki Miyazaki has a record of 2-3. So, technically, she's at the top. You know, she has the extra win. But, like I said, also goes by score. Because as quickly as you can win a point, you can also lose a point in this block. So we'll have to see what happens. Have to see what happens as they do more Elizabeth block matches coming up. But yeah, like I said, that block has the really weird rules. Hey, Austin Jug. Hello. How are you? I just wanted to say hi. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well. Did you have a good Memorial Day weekend? I hope you did. All right. Let's move on to the Nami Block A. Nami Block A. Alrighty. Right now, sitting at the bottom of Nami Block A with a record of 0-2 with 0 points is Nanami. Nanami, who is the current 3WD Crystal Champion in the Diana promotion. Struggling. Off to a rough start. 0-2 with losses to Saya Kamatani and Risa Serra. She has 1 match left against Yuko Sakurai, and she is in danger of being eliminated. She needs to get a victory in order to have a chance and tie with the other ladies. But we'll see. It's not looking good for her. I honestly don't see her making it out of this block. And then we got 3 ladies tied with 2 points apiece. That's Risa Serra, Saya Kamatani, and Yuko Sakurai. Risa Serra. She has a record of 1-1. She has the 1 win over Nanami, but a loss to Yuko Sakurai. And she has 1 match left against the Golden Phoenix, Saya Kamatani. That should be a really, really good one. Alright, let's take a look at Saya Kamatani. That's right, another Stardom talent in this tournament. The Golden Phoenix herself and current high-speed champion. Right now, 1-0 with 2 points. She has the 1 victory over Nanami. She has 2 matches left against Yuko Sakurai and Risa Serra. Should be good matches for her. And then Yuko Sakurai also 1-0 with 2 points. She has the 1 victory over Risa Serra and matches remaining against Saya Kamatani and Nanami. So, for the most part, is still almost any woman's game with this block, especially between Risa Sera, Saya Kamatani, and Yuko Sakurai. I think once we get to the month of June, we'll really get an idea how things will look in this block once they start getting into the other matches. But definitely close. Definitely very, very close. Austin says yes. Oh, good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Alrighty. Let's go to Nami Block B. Nami Block B. Okay. So we got two ladies right now with 1 point each. And they are Saki and Maika Ozaki. So, let's see. Saki right now has a record of 0-1-1. She has the one loss to Haruka Misaki and the draw with Maika Ozaki. She has one match left, which will be against the Bubble Girl, Momoko Hanazono. And she is in danger of elimination. She needs to win that last match in order to have a chance. And then Maika Ozaki, she has a record of 0-0-1 with 1 point. She has just the draw with Saki. And her two matches remaining are back-to-back against Momoko Hanazono and Haruka Umisaki in the month of June. Those are going to be tough. Two tough matches incoming in June for her. And then we have two ladies right now with 2 points each. And that's Haruka Misaki and Momoko Hanazono. Let's take a look at Momoko Hanazono. She has a record of 1-0, 2 points. She has the victory over Haruka Umisaki. She has two matches left, which are against Saki and Maika Ozaki. So, right now, a good start for the Bubble Girl. And then Haruka Umisaki, the current 3WD World Champion from the Diana promotion. She has a record of 1-1 with 2 points. She has the one victory over Saki, but the one loss to Momoko Hanazono. She has one match left against Maika Ozaki. So, very interesting standings for Nami Block B. But something tells me it's probably going to come down to Haruka Umisaki and Momoko Hanazono. But we shall see. We shall see. Alright. Now let's move on to Nami Block C. Nami Block C. Right now, we got two ladies sitting at the bottom with 0 points each, which are Ayame Sasamura and Sai. So, Sai has yet to have any of her block matches. She was originally supposed to have one over this past weekend with Itsuki Aoki, but unfortunately Itsuki Aoki got held out due to injury. But as soon as she recovers, which word is that the injury is minor, so when she recovers, that's when they'll finally have their match. So that's why I don't have a date yet, because they still got to reschedule it. But once they reschedule it, I'll add the date on there. But yeah, so Sai still hasn't had any of her matches yet, but with June coming up, that's when she'll start having her matches. And then Ayame Sasamura has a record of 0-1 with 0 points. She just has the one loss to Kakeru Sekiguchi. 2 matches left against Suzuki Aoki and Sai. And then we got 2 ladies sitting at 2 points each, which are Kakeru Sakaguchi and Itsuki Aoki. Kakeru Sakaguchi has a record of 1-1. She has the 1 victory over Ayame Sasamura, but the 1 loss to Itsuki Aoki. And her final match will be against Sai later in June. And then Itsuki Aoki, right now 1-0 with 2 points. She has the 1 victory over Kakeru Sakaguchi. She's got 2 matches left against Ayame Sasamura and Sai. So, it'll be interesting to see how things look once we get to about the middle of June for this block, and hopefully they will reschedule Sai and Itsuki Aoki's match. The sooner the better, but hope she has a speedy recovery, and she'll be ready to go to continue her block matches. Okay. Now let's move to the last block, the Nami Lucha block. Okay, the Nami Lucha block. So, sitting at the bottom with 0 points are Kohaku and Ancham. At the very bottom, though, is Ancham. She has a record of 0-2 with losses to Tai Honma and Dark Silhouette. She does have 1 match left against Kohaku, but she doesn't have a chance at making it out of the block, so unfortunately Ancham is mathematically eliminated. And then there's Kohaku, who hasn't started her matches yet. She's been recovering from injury, but word is that she should recover in time to have her matches in June. And she'll have her first one against Tai Hanma June 7th. So hopefully she'll recover just fine and she'll be ready to go come June. Okay, we got 1 competitor sitting with a record of 1-1 with 2 points, and that's Dark Silhouette. She has the 1 win over Ancham, but the 1 loss to Tai Honma. She has 1 match left, and it's against Kohaku late in June, and she's actually in danger of elimination. She needs to get this win in order to have a chance. And then sitting at the top of the Nami Lucha block, right now undefeated with a record of 2-0 with 4 points, is Tai Honma. She has the 2 victories over Ancham and Dark Silhouette, and her final match will be actually next week when she will take on Kohaku. Which that'll be a tough final match for her, but if she can win that match, then she's in. She makes it out of the Nami Lucha block. So, we shall see. But yeah, those are your current standings of the Catch the Wave 2024 tournament. As it gets ready to enter into the month of June, I think it's going to really kick up a notch. So, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. But should be interesting. Should be very interesting. Okay. Now let's get ready to switch to the Best of Super Juniors 31 tournament from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We are entering into the final week of block matches. And by the end of that week, we should know who will make it to the Final Four. And then it's from there to the final road towards Dominion at Osaka Joe Hall. So, let's go ahead and jump right on into it with Block A. Okay. Whew, lot to cover here. But let's do this. Okay, Block A. Okay, sitting at the bottom with 4 points total is Kosei Fujita. He has a record of 2-6. He has the 2 wins over Clark Connors and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, but the 6 losses to Hayata, TJP, Teton, Bushi, Kevin Knight, and El Desperado. He's got 1 match left against Blake Christian, but unfortunately, Kosei Fujita is mathematically eliminated. So, rough tournament for him. I know he got 2 pretty decent sized wins, but maybe he can get this final win over Blake Christian. I doubt it, but we'll see. Crazy things have happened in tournaments like this. Okay. We have 2 competitors tied at 6 points, both with records of 3-5, and they are Bushi and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Let's take a look at Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Record of 3-5, he has victories over Kevin Knight, Teton, and TJP, but losses to El Desperado, Bushi, Kosei Fujita, Blake Christian, and Hayata. His final match will be against Clark Connors, but fortunately for him, he too is mathematically eliminated from this tournament. Alright, Bushi, same record, 3-5 with 6 points. His 3 victories were over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Kosei Fujita, and TJP, but he has losses to El Desperado, Teton, Blake Christian, Clark Connors, and Hayata. And his final match will be against Kevin Knight. But with Bushi, he is also mathematically eliminated. So that's 3 people total so far in Block A, mathematically eliminated. Bushi, Kosei Fujita, Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Okay? Okay. We have 1, 2, 3. We got 3 competitors sitting at 8 points. All 3 have a record of 4-4. Those competitors are Kevin Knight, TJP, and Clark Connors. Let's take a look at Clark Connors. 4-4 with 8 points. He has victories over Hayata, TJP, Teton, and Bushi, but losses to El Desperado, Kevin Knight, Kosei Fujita, and Blake Christian. His final match will be against Yoshinobu Kanemaru. But he is in danger of elimination. He needs to get a win to have a chance. It's not over for him yet, but he needs to win this last match against Yoshinobu Kanemaru to have a shot. Okay. TJP, same record, 4-4, 8 points. He has victories over Hayata, Blake Christian, Kosei Fujita, and El Desperado. But he has losses to Kevin Knight, Bushi, Clark Connors, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. His final match is against Teton, somebody that he has not been able to beat at all. He is also in danger of elimination. And honestly, TJP has been on a roll. He lost 4 straight and then turned around and won 4 straight. So TJP is on a roll right now, and he has a chance. He needs to win his final match against Teton to have a chance. And who knows, we'll see what happens. He might end up punching his ticket into the Final 4. Okay, and then we have Kevin Knight, 4-4, 8 points. He has victories over Clark Connors, Kosei Fujita, TJP, and El Desperado. His losses were to Teton, Blake Christian, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Hayata. He has 1 match left against Bushi, but he's also in danger of elimination. He needs to get this last match in order to have a chance of making the Final 4. Okay. And then we have 4. That's right. 4 competitors with a massive 10 points each. Each one of them with 5-3 records. And they are Hayata, Blake Christian, Teton, and El Desperado. Okay, let's look at Hayata from Pro Wrestling Noah. Record of 5-3 with 10 points. He has victories over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Blake Christian, Kosei Fujita, Bushi, and Kevin Knight. But he has losses to Teton, TJP, and Clark Connors. And his final match will be against El Desperado. Ooh, that should be really, really good. But yeah, Hayata's been having a good tournament and has a good chance of making the Final 4. All right. Next up, Blake Christian, who's been doing well. 5-3, 10 points. He's got victories over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Clark Connors, Teton, Bushi, and Kevin Knight. But then got losses to El Desperado, TJP, and Hayata. His final match will be against Kosei Fujita, which, tough match for Fujita, but could be an easy victory for Blake Christian. And, you know, a win there would really put him in great position to make it to the Final 4. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let's take a look at Teton. 5-3, 10 points. Teton has victories over Hayata, Kosei Fujita, Bushi, Kevin Knight, and El Desperado. His losses were to Blake Christian, Clark Connors, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. His final match against TJP. Could be a tough one for him. I know he's had TJP's number, but TJP made a massive comeback and made one heck of a promo backstage towards Teton. So Teton better get ready for TJP because he's going to pull out all the stops, and who knows, he might end up losing to TJP. We shall see. And then there's El Desperado, 5-3, 10 points. Victories over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Clark Connors, Blake Christian, Kosei Fujita, and Bushi. But losses to Kevin Knight, Teton, and TJP. His final match is against Hayata. And a lot of folks are thinking El Desperado could be the favorite to win this tournament. Of course, we know Master Wato won it last year. But, like I said, don't sleep on Teton either. He was a finalist last year. So, honestly, it'll be interesting to see which two make it out of Block A. But, I mean, it ought to be good. It ought to be good. And like I said, the final Block A matches will be May 30th. So that is a Thursday. That's a Thursday. So we'll see what happens. But those are your Block A standings, and it's pretty close. Pretty close. All right. Let's go to Block B. 1 second. Okay. Block B. Okay. Now, Block B actually has 2 dates remaining for block matches, which is the 28th, which is now the 28th, and the 31st. Ooh, my birthday. So that's Tuesday and Friday. Okay. Looking at the standings, sitting at the bottom with an abysmal record of 0-7 with 0 points is Dragon Dia. From Dragon Gate. Just a really, really poor showing for him. Oh and 7. No wins. Losses to Hiromu Takahashi, Doki, Francesco Akira, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, Drilla Maloney, and Sho. He has 2 matches left against Ninja Mac and Kushida, which honestly I highly doubt he's going to win either of those. I just got to keep it real. I highly doubt he wins either of those. I mean, maybe he might get lucky and beat Ninja Mac, but honestly, I don't see it. I really don't see it. But poor Dragon Dia. All right. Sitting at 4 points total with a final record of 2-7 is Francesco Akira. So his 2 victories were over Dragon Dia and Taiji Ishimori. And his 7 losses were to Ninja Mac, Drilla Maloney, and Kushida. And unfortunately, due to injury, he had to forfeit his remaining matches against Hiromu Takahashi, Doki, Robbie Eagles, and Sho. So he had to miss the rest of the tournament. A really, really tough break for him. Shout out to my good friend Virtual Kazama. This was actually his pick to win the tournament. So sucks that it had to end early due to injury. But speedy recovery from Francesco Akira. But hopefully he'll get another shot at this next year. Okay. So yeah, both Francesco Akira and Dragon Dia eliminated. Okay. Sitting at 6 points with a record of 3-4 is Pro Wrestling Noah's Ninja Mac. Ninja Mac, 3-4. He's got victories over Kushida, Francesco Akira, and Robbie Eagles, but losses to Hiromu Takahashi, Doki, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho. And his final 2 matches will be against Dragon Dia and Drilla Maloney. Now, right now, Ninja Mac is in danger of elimination. He cannot afford another loss or even a draw or anything like that. He can't afford any of that. The most that he can get is 10 points, so he needs to win these final 2 matches in order to have a shot. It's going to be tough, but we'll see how strong Ninja Mac can finish. I mean, he started off 2-0 and then just went on a bad losing streak. So, we'll see what happens. You know, I was rooting pretty hard for Ninja Mac. I didn't think he was going to win the tournament, but I was hoping he'd have a good showing, which he's had a decent showing. He's just kind of been on a losing streak, but he got a big win over Kushida recently, so we'll see if he can finish strong. All right, we have 3 competitors with 8 points, sitting at record of 4-3, and those competitors are Kushida, Doki, and Drilla Maloney. All right, let's take a look at Drilla Maloney. Drilla Maloney 4-3. He's got victories over Dragon Dia, Francesco Akira, Doki, and Kushida. But he has losses to Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho. He's got 2 matches left against Hiromu Takahashi and Ninja Mac. Ooh, those are 2 tough matchups for him. 2 tough matchups. So he's going to really be tested. All right, Doki, 4-3, 8 points. He has victories over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Hiromu Takahashi, and he has the forfeit victory over Francesco Akira. He has 3 losses to Taiji Ishimori, Drilla Maloney, and Sho. And his final 2 matches will be against Kushida and Robbie Eagles. So, 2 tough matchups for him. And then we got Kushida, 4-3, 8 points. He has the victories over Sho, Taiji Ishimori, Francesco Akira, and Hiromu Takahashi. His 3 losses were to Robbie Eagles, Drilla Maloney, and Ninja Mac. His final 2 matches will be against Doki and Dragon Dia. He should at least defeat Dragon Dia. Like I said, I don't even see Dragon Dia finishing with a win, to be honest with you. So, Kushida will probably finish with at least 10 points. And then, sitting at the top, we got 4 competitors with 10 points each. That's Hiromu Takahashi, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho. Okay? Let's take a look at Sho. So, 5-3, 10 points. He's got victories over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Drilla Maloney, Doki, and he has the forfeit victory over Francesco Akira. And his 3 losses were to Kushida, Hiromu Takahashi, and Robbie Eagles. He has 1 match left, and it's against Taiji Ishimori. That should be an interesting matchup. But he has a chance to finish with 12 points if he can pull off the victory. Ew. Alright, Taiji Ishimori has a record of 5-2 with 10 points. He's got victories over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Drilla Maloney, Robbie Eagles, and Doki. He has the 2 losses to Kushida and Francesco Akira. His final 2 matches will be against Sho and Hiromu Takahashi. So he's got some tough final matchups. But Taiji Ishimori's been doing good. He's been doing really good. So I think he has a good chance. All right. Robbie Eagles. Robbie Eagles, 5-3. He's got victories over Dragon Dia, Sho, Drilla Maloney, Kushida, and the forfeit victory over Francesco Akira. His 3 losses were to Hiromu Takahashi, Taiji Ishimori, and Ninja Mac. His final match will be against Doki on my birthday. He's got a good chance of beating Doki. He's got a good chance. All right. And then finally, Hiromu Takahashi himself. 10 points, 5-2 record. He has victories over Ninja Mac, Dragon Dia, Sho, Robbie Eagles, and the forfeit victory over Francesco Akira. His 2 losses were to Doki and Kushida. His final 2 matches will be against Drilla Maloney and Taiji Ishimori. Those should be really good matchups. Really good matchups. So yeah, that is your standings for Block B. And like I said, right now as we speak, it is May 28th. So let's look at the matchups they have for May 28th. So just 3 dates left for the block matches. May 28th, May 30th, and May 31st. So the block matches for May 28th, we know we're going to get, let's see, we got Dragon Dia versus Ninja Mac. We have Taiji Ishimori versus Sho. And we got Drilla Maloney versus Hiromu Takahashi. And we have Kushida versus Doki. So those are your May 28th matchups. Kushida versus Doki. That should be really interesting. Taiji Ishimori versus Robbie Eagles. That should be... Or no, I'm sorry. Sho versus Taiji Ishimori. They'll probably use shenanigans. Drilla Maloney versus Hiromu Takahashi. That's going to be a tough test for Drilla Maloney. And then Dragon Dia versus Ninja Mac. Which, like I said, I'm pretty sure Ninja Mac has that one. But yeah, those are your upcoming matchups for May 28th. And like I said, we're in the final week of block matches. And remember, it's the top 2 from each block. The top 2 from each block advances to the final 4. And it's usually the higher seed Block A versus the lower seed Block B, and the higher seed Block B versus the lower seed Block A. That's how they do the final 4. But, as I've said before, the finals of the Best of Super Juniors 31 will take place on Sunday, June 9th at NJPW Dominion at Osaka-jo Hall. So, definitely looking forward to that. Like I said, this has been a very, very good, fun tournament. And it'll be interesting to see who will be this year's Best of Super Juniors winner. Because we already know we're guaranteed to have a new champion because, you know, no Master Wato in this tournament who won it last year. But yeah, should be good. Should be really good. Let's see. And Dominion, they've added a couple of matches to Dominion. A handful of title matches. We know that apparently we're going to get the a winner takes all tornado tag, 4-way tornado tag match for both IWGP tag titles and strong open weight tag titles. It's going to be the IWGP tag champs of Bullet Club, Kenta and Chase Owens versus Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, Hikuleo, who are the current strong open weight tag champs, against Bishamon and TMDK, who are former strong champs. So that's a winner takes all. We got the provisional KOPW 2024 championship on the line as Yuya Uemura will defend against Great Okan. We got the NJPW World Television title on the line as Jeff Cobb will defend against the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. That should be really good. 1 second. That should be really good. We got the Never Openweight Championship on the line as Shingo Takagi will defend against the returning Hanare. That should be really good. Who knows? Maybe Hanare might be the one to dethrone Shingo. I mean, we shall see. Should be good. Of course, we got the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line as Jon Moxley will defend against Evil. And I've talked to a lot of folks. A lot of folks actually want Evil to dethrone Jon Moxley. Ugh. I don't know. I don't want the belt off of him that bad to the point where it goes to somebody from House of Torture. Nah, screw that. No way. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Let's see. And of course, we know that, a couple of other things. Apparently, Mark Henry, as of now, is a free agent. He is apparently not renewing his AEW contract, so world's strongest man, Mark Henry's a free agent. So maybe, perhaps, he goes back to WWE. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he can go back to WWE and maybe we'll get Mark Henry versus Kairi Sane. Oh yeah, let's talk about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch just had a title shot at new champion Liv Morgan's Women's World Championship, which was in a steel cage match on Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan ended up winning, and she even kissed Dominic Mysterio. Weird. But after the match, there were "Thank you, Becky" chants from the crowd. So, I don't know, y'all. Apparently, Becky Lynch's contract is about to be up. Still no word on her re-signing with WWE. We know her husband, Seth Rollins, has re-signed. So, he's staying. But I don't know, y'all. There's been a lot of teasing on social media about the idea of Becky Lynch going to AEW. I wonder how y'all feel about that. Personally, I honestly think she'll still re-sign with WWE, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I mean, but then again, we saw how things went with Drew McIntyre. You know, there was a lot of unknowns on when he would finally re-sign, and it finally happened. So, I mean, it might be one of those type of situations, but I don't know. Like, Becky Lynch has really made such a name for herself through WWE. And personally, to keep it real with y'all, I just honestly don't. And don't get me wrong, I love Becky Lynch. I've met Becky Lynch. I love me some Becky Lynch. But I just honestly don't see her having the same type of success or better in AEW. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I hope I'm wrong, but I mean, you gotta look at what Becky Lynch has accomplished in her WWE career. Becky Lynch has done a lot. She has done a lot in her WWE career, y'all. I mean, let's look at it. NXT Women's Champion, 2-time Raw Women's Champion, 5-time Women's World Champion, 1-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. She's won the Royal Rumble back in 2019. She's a Grand Slam champion. So, I mean, honestly, I just really don't see her having a similar or better type of run / booking in AEW. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, Saraya barely became AEW Women's Champion, and that didn't even last. You know? So it's like, I mean, we know Mercedes Moné just won the TBS title in her first match, which was ridiculous, but I don't know. And not to mention, let me see how old she is. 37. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Ricardo, welcome to the stream. He says, rest in peace to Bill Walton. Yeah, I did hear about that. Rest in peace to Bill Walton. There was a cool video for TJPW's YouTube channel showing Pam Harajuku taking amazing photos of the TJPW roster. Oh, neat. Oh, did you see the card for, did you see the full card for TJPW Prism? John Elite, welcome to the stream. Hadn't seen you in a while. Is Mark retired from in-ring competition? Probably. I mean, I guess so. I mean, I really don't see any point to him returning to in-ring competition, but I don't know if he's necessarily officially retired, but I mean, I think it's possible. Or actually, nah, he is retired. He is retired. As of April 27th of 2018, John Elite, he's retired. So, yeah. And R.I.P. Bill Walton. Yes, indeed. But yeah, Becky Lynch, personally, I think she's better off re-signing with the WWE and staying. I just don't see her having the same amount of success if she goes to AEW. I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, for crying out loud, she's a Grand Slam champion in WWE. You know? Like, I don't know if she's interested in going to Japan, but I don't know. I really don't know. I know at one point, long time ago, she mentioned about interest in TNA. So I guess maybe that's a possibility. But I don't know. I think right now it would be kind of weird seeing Becky Lynch outside of the WWE. And that's just me being honest. That's just my honest opinion. I mean, wherever she goes, I hope wherever she goes, she's happy. That's the main thing. Because like I said, I've met Becky Lynch. So as long as where she goes, she's happy, that's what matters to me. But yeah, I don't know. But they were chanting, "Thank you, Becky," after she lost the match. So I don't know, y'all. Maybe this could be the end of Becky Lynch's WWE run. Guess we'll have to wait and see. Looks like Damage Control is falling apart. Io done destroyed her dressing room. So, yeah. And it doesn't help that Asuka's currently injured. So, don't know what's going to happen with Damage control. But, yeah. We'll have to see how things develop towards SummerSlam now that, we know Gunther is the king of the ring. Nia Jax is the queen of the ring. So, yeah. John Lee says, that was an interesting ending to Raw tonight. Yeah, I only caught highlights. But, yeah. Yeah, not sure what to think. And then of course NXT gonna have some more of the NXT Women's North American Championship qualifiers, so got that to look forward to. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Julia had her wrist surgery, so she's starting to recover from that. A distal radius fracture. Successful surgery. But yeah, it's going to take some time for her to recover. But hopefully she should be able to be good to go by the time they get to Marigold's Summer Destiny 2024, which is July 13th. She should hopefully be recovered by then. Oh, interesting. So apparently, according to Sean Ross Sapp, he thinks by this time next week, both WWE and AEW will have offered Becky Lynch what is the biggest contract in women's wrestling history. Wow. So, looks like Becky Lynch is going to have a big decision to make, and with a ginormous amount of moolah in front of her. I don't know, y'all. Where do y'all think Becky Lynch should go? You think she should stay with the WWE? Or do you think she tries her hand at AEW? Something to think about. John Elite says, tomorrow's also the reveal of Roxanne's opponent for Battleground. Yeah, I did hear about that. Will be interesting to see who they come up with. But, another thing that's really sad is really seeing how badly WWE dropped the ball with Sari. Sari right now is out there putting up many, many arguments why she just may be the best wrestler in the world right now. And yet WWE badly dropped the ball with her. It's sad. It's really, really sad. I mean, whether she's on Marty Gold, Stardom, like everywhere she goes. Everywhere she goes, she's just killing it. It is really sad how badly WWE dropped the ball with Sari. Ah. Ah. Such a bummer. But it is what it is. It It is what it is. So, something else that came to mind that I wanted to mention. So, there might be some turmoil in Queen's Quest and Stardom. So, not only has Saya Kamatani claimed herself to be the leader of Queen's Quest, but she has outstretched her hand to Momo Watanabe to return to Queen's Quest, to ditch Oedo Tai and return to Queen's Quest. And while she didn't shake her hand, there's just a lot of drama going on. A lot of suspense. And Azumi's not really happy about that idea. Could Momo Watanabe return to Queen's Quest? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, their identity just really seems to be stagnant ever since Utami Hayashishita left Stardom to join Marigold. So, feel like Queen's Quest is kind of a holding pattern. I mean, a lot of people say that Azumi should be the leader and whatnot, but I mean, apparently for some reason she's not designated as the leader. You know, we can say all we want, but right now she's not officially designated as the leader. And nor is Saya Kamatani. But here we are. So, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily would want to see Momo Watanabe back in Queen's Quest. Because number one, it would make no sense for her to go back to Queen's Quest and not take over leadership. So if she goes back and doesn't take over leadership, that would make no sense to me. So, I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. It's a weird situation. It's a very weird situation. And then, Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid has gotten a chance to team with everybody. But each of the main factions. I think the one for God's Eye, I think, is coming up. But for the most part, she's been teaming with each faction. Recently, she teamed with Mina Shirakawa, did the Club Venus dance and nailed that. But supposedly, she may be close to making her decision on either joining a faction or she may start her own faction. Don't know. But personally, for me, I still think she should just lay low and stay unaffiliated for a while longer. For at least a couple of months more. That's what I think. I don't think she necessarily needs to be in a faction right now unless she decides to start one of her own. But yeah, I think she honestly should stay unaffiliated for a while. Maybe as it gets closer to the end of the year, maybe she can consider joining one. But honestly, I just don't think it's necessary. But hey, we'll see. We shall see. But now that AEW Double or Nothing is over, looking forward to see the competitors they end up announcing for the Owen Hart Foundation Cup. for the men and the women. Because remember, the winners of those tournaments will get their title shots at All in London. And of course, they got to start preparing the road for Forbidden Door, which is the next big show for AEW. So, it's a lot to do there. But yeah, TNA Wrestling has Against All Odds coming up. WWE has Battleground coming up. But yeah, it's quite a bit to look forward to. But we shall see. We shall definitely see what happens. A lot of pro wrestling right around the corner. Ricardo says, I did see the card for TJPW. I'm looking forward to Hikaru Shida versus Moka Miyamoto. I don't see any titles changing hands, but you never know. I don't either, but I'm very, very curious to see how Moka Miyamoto does against a strong opponent like Hikaru Shida. Like I said, Moka Miyamoto is somebody I've been very high on within the last couple of months. Especially ever since she really took Miyu Yamashita to her limit in the Tokyo Princess Cup last year. Like, Moka Miyamoto, I strongly believe, give it another year, probably another year, I could see Moka Miyamoto as International Princess Champion. I can. I definitely can. I think Moka has been getting better and better. Moka has definitely been showing that she can be a legit singles wrestler. I truly believe that. That she can be a legit singles wrestler. And, you know, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what else she can do. And if she can really put herself back in the title picture. And I believe she can. I definitely believe she can. Let's see. But yeah, I definitely looking forward to seeing how Moka Miyamoto does against Hikaru Shida. I hope it won't be a squash. That's the main thing I'm hoping for. I really hope it doesn't turn into a squash. If it's a squash match, I'll be pretty upset. It better not be a squash match. But you never know. You never know how things might go down. But I really, really hope it doesn't turn into a squash match. It better not. It better not. But, and I miss Shinken Kusho. I really miss that tag team. Her and Juri Nagano, man, that was such an excellent tag team. John Ali says, you also have Clash at the Castle in Scotland week after Battleground. That's right. That is right. Drew McIntyre will get his title shot. He will get his title shot against Damian Priest at Clash at the Castle. yeah, that should be good. It should be really good. And who knows? Drew might end up winning at Clash of the Castle. I think it would be pretty big for him if he were to pick up the victory at Clash of the Castle. But we shall see. And also, shout out to Kairi Sane. She got new theme music on Raw tonight. Oh, something else that I gotta mention. I gotta mention something else. Oh, Ricardo says, I'm guessing Malachi Black might be leaving AEW. I think that's a possibility. I definitely think that's a possibility. I don't see Shida versus Miyamoto being a squash match. It better not be. But I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I had to mention this. So, apparently Utami Hayashishita is talking smack about Sari, saying that she's the woman who failed to take over the WWE. She said, and this was translated quotes, I understand that Sari is an amazing person who has gone overseas and has had a long career, but there's no way a woman who failed to take over the world and WWE should be entrusted with being the ace of Marigold. Hold up. Utami. Hold up. Time out. Really? You're really bashing Sari. I hope this is just to build heat. I think this is just to build heat, honestly. I don't think it's too serious. I think it's just to build heat. But Utami, really? Let's see you come over to the WWE and let's see if you can take over. Don't forget what they made Sari do. Let's keep it real. WWE dropped the ball badly with Sari, and that was not her fault. Period. End of story. I don't care what anybody says. If anybody wants to put this big spotlight on Sari, specifying her time in the WWE, y'all looking in the wrong direction. Y'all haven't seen the real Sari. Plain and simple as that. And if you want to base your opinions of her off of that, you're freaking delusional. Hate to say it, but I gotta keep it real. There's no way. There's no freaking way. It's like, really, Utami? Come on now. But like I said, I'ma just assume this is like a heel move just to build heat. Because honestly, I think things would have been better timing-wise for Sari if she came over before the pandemic. But like I said, I think it's just building heat. I really think that's what it is. And of course we know Sari has a date with Julia in July, so that should be a really good match. But yeah, it's quite a heel move for Utami. But we'll see how that goes. I'm sure they're gonna face off at some point, so it's only a matter of time. John Elite says, do you think Punk screws Drew in Scotland? Honestly, no. He already did that enough. He already did that enough through the whole Money in the Bank cash in. You know, Drew winning the title and then him attacking Drew after he did get confronted and then Damian cashing in. I think that was bad enough. I don't see him screwing Punk in Scotland. I don't see it. Ricardo says, happy early birthday, by the way. I saw you got a new guitar. I didn't know you played music. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, that was a electric bass guitar. I used to play the cello and the violin years ago in high school, and I still have some of my old music, and I also have an electric guitar. I just don't know how to play them. So now that I have this gives me some incentive to actually learn how to play. But yeah, I used to play the cello and violin throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school. So haven't played since I graduated, but I still have some of my music somewhere in my house, probably in my storage room. But yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, officially the birthday is Friday, May 31st. So yeah, looking forward to that. The big 4-0, looking to get a birthday bachata dance too. Ought to be good. Ought to be really good. And you know what the crazy thing is, y'all, with Sari? Do you know the crazy thing with Sari? All of this, and she's only 28 years old. She's not even 30. She's younger than Mayu Iwatani. She's younger than Julia. We got to remember, this is the same woman that took on Aja Khan. The same woman that had a rivalry with Meiko Satomura. And she's not even 30 yet. Sari is showing and putting up a great argument for her being the best in the world. And she's not even 30 yet. And we're talking about somebody that made her pro debut in 2011. 2011. She's even went up against the legendary Manami Toyota. Yeah. Even teamed up and went up against the legendary Jaguar Yokota. Trained by Kyoko Inoue, who I've met when I was in Philly. Just saying. Ricardo says, welcome to the 40 Club. I'll be 42 in June, and my brother turned 40 in February. Oh, snap. Nice. I feel great. I don't feel 40, but hey, I feel great anyway. Thank you very much. And like I said, I know she lost to Mayu. But here's the thing. She still wants that IWGP Women's Championship. And if you ask me, I would not mind whatsoever if Sari ended up being the one to dethrone Mayu Iwatani in perhaps a rematch. Think about it. Sari, who is technically, even though she is signed to Skiban, she's still also going the freelancer route. Look at everywhere that she's been getting booked at, promotion-wise. Doing all that, and don't forget, we got the next two Sari-isms coming up later this year. Like, if you ask me, Sari is living her best life right now. Especially now that she was able to break away from WWE. Look at what she's been doing, y'all. Like, honestly, and I know Skibon, doesn't do a whole lot of shows, like, back to back. I mean, they're getting ready to do, I think, their fourth show? Their third, or actually, maybe their third. Their third or fourth show, one of the two. But, like, Sari has been busy. Busy, busy, busy. And she's only 28. She's only 28. 13-year pro. Hits like a tank. Y'all see those forearms? Sounding like she's hitting a brick wall and just beating a drum. Just bow. She steps into those forearms too. Don't let her smile and cuteness and her size fool y'all. That woman put some oomph behind those forearm shots, behind her drop kicks. Shoo. Folks want to talk about fans that pay to get knife edge chopped by their favorite wrestlers? Shoo. How about paying Sari to give you that forearm to the chest? See how you like that. Oh, man. But yeah, man. And like I said, Sari's been getting booked everywhere. I mean, different wrestlers producing shows. Sariism, Masato Yoshino's produced show. Like, of course, she's still the Beyond the Sea singles champion, which she'll probably hold that title maybe forever. Because I don't see anybody taking that title off of her. Skibon, Sendai Girls. Even competed at All Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, she's done a lot since leaving WWE. Deanna. Evolution. Like, and I'm still hoping that some way, somehow, eventually, DPW can pull some strings and book Sari for a show. I'm hoping. Maybe someday. But I would love to see Sari back in the States, on an occasional indie show. I mean, heck, I never would have thought Shuri would wrestle at a GCW, JCW show. And she had a banger match of the year candidate against Masha Slamovich that went to a time limit draw. And I hope that they get a chance to run that one back. Because I was there in person, front row for that match, and that was a phenomenal match. So, John Elite says, do you watch WWE Speed? Honestly, not really. Not really. I mean, I think I might have watched one show on Twitter, but honestly, it doesn't really catch my attention, to be honest with you. It doesn't really catch my attention. But that's just me. I mean, I know Ricochet is the WWE Speed Champion, which I guess that's cool. Put a title on him, but But I don't know. It just hasn't really pulled me in, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, Scripps is starting to compete in the Indies. Since he's no longer with WWE, he's starting to compete in the Indies. I think him and Ninja Mac have a match coming up. I think next month or something like that. Oh Lord! Hold up! I just came across a tweet. So apparently this is from the Double or Nothing Media Scrum. The Wrestle Purist Twitter account. This was Tony Khan on the possibility of adding women's tag and mixed tag titles to AEW. He says, yeah, absolutely. We've talked about that. We've talked about a lot of potential additions in terms of championships. I think right now we have some really strong rivalries emerging amongst the World Championship, the TBS Championship, and also with ROH. You can't deny that ROH has great champions now. I think those are very interesting championships. I also think something different that we could do here that I've had interest in would be mixed tag team championships. And I think we have a lot of people that are aligned. And I think a lot of people would be interested in that too. What? Mixed tag team championships. Tony Khan, no. 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 Please don't. Please don't. Y'all already have too many championships as it is. Y'all don't need any more right now. Please don't. John Lee says Scripps contract expired. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, he's been getting booked in he's been getting booked in the Indies. Let me see. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. But yeah, John Elite, check it out. GCW show Crime Wave in Dallas, Saturday, June 29th. Ninja Mac versus Sydney Akeem. Scripps, Reggie. But yeah, they got him competing in the Indies. That should be a very entertaining match, Ninja Mac and Sydney. But yeah. But yes, his contract has expired. No longer with the WWE. So, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, honestly, women's tag team championships and mixed tag titles added to AEW, please don't. Please don't. Y'all don't need any more titles right now. It wasn't that long ago that y'all added the Continental title, and then y'all just unified the ROH and AEW Trios titles, which I thought was dumb. Why? I mean, the women's division is hit and miss on AEW. And now you're thinking about women's tag titles and mixed tag titles. Tony Khan, you need to sit your butt down and just no. No, no, no. 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 Tony Khan, no. I'm cool with going to AEW shows and watching Dynamite and pay-per-views and all that, but no. No. Please no. Women's tag titles and mixed tag titles? No, no. Please. Please, I beg you. No. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. John Ali says in the ROH women's television title too. I mean, yeah, it's part of ROH, but even still, just with AEW alone, they got too many titles. Even with AEW alone. It's crazy. I mean, shoot. I mean, look at this. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 AEW championships right now. 9. That's too many. That's too much. And now Tony Khan's talking about women's tag titles and mixed tag titles? No. 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 A Wrestling Wave 88, welcome to the stream, says ROH should be its own show with its own roster of wrestlers instead of mixing up with AEW. I agree. I am not sure what they're planning on doing with ROH. I mean, I don't know if... I know they've been doing the Honor Club, and they've only been doing, 3, 4 pay-per-views with ROH, which, if I remember, is mostly Supercard of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, Final Battle, and I thought there was one more. Could have sworn there was one more. I guess All Out. But, yeah, I'm not really sure what they're going to do with ROH. Personally, if you ask me, if it was up to me, I would still do Supercard of Honor. I would do the anniversary show, Death Before Dishonor, Final Battle. I would bring back Best in the World and make that the kind of global Forbidden Door like show. Because, it would live up to the name, Best in the World. I think they should turn that into more of a collab pay-per-view. But, I guess they're kind of doing that with Forbidden Door. Which, like I said before with Forbidden Door, I know they mentioned Stardom and CMLL, but let's not get too excited. Let's also keep in mind that Stardom has a show the same day as Forbidden Door on June 30th. So don't expect a lot of Stardom talent or whatnot. I think we may get Mina Shirakawa and perhaps Azumi, and that's it. That's not really a lot. And as far as CMLL, who knows? But, and I guess there's probably going to be some New Japan folks as well, but, yeah. Death Before Dishonor. Yeah, John Lee. Yeah, that's the next one that's upcoming. But yeah, right now AEW has 9 championships. They don't need any more titles right now. They don't. That's too much. New Japan Pro Wrestling already has too much, and they're about to catch up to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Ugh. But yeah, 9 titles, that's too much. That's too much. Too much. Tony Khan, you need to settle down, dude. Talking about adding some mixed tag titles and women's tag titles? No. No. You're already hit and miss with the women's division booking anyway. So, no. And then with Mercedes being TBS champion, I mean, we don't even know how often she's even going to wrestle. And I know folks want to keep saying, oh, but she wasn't cleared until Double or Nothing. That's bullcrap. Because she was taking bumps even leading up to that. I mean, she got powerbombed through a table, for crying out loud. So, yeah. The whole, oh, she wouldn't be cleared into Double or Nothing, I think that's bullcrap. Hey, Wrestling Wave 88 says, AEW seems like an airport for wrestlers. Everyone is coming and going. Does it seem like that? You know what? That's a good analogy. Yeah, when you think about it, yeah. That's a good analogy. I mean, shoot. Happened with Andrade. Happened with CM Punk. I mean, it makes sense. When you think about it, it makes sense. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah. And now, apparently, word is, I don't even know if they have anything for Megan Bayne. And Megan Bayne's supposed to be returning to AEW competition. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the only thing that I could see happening is Forbidden Door. Mina Shirakawa gets her title shot against Toni Storm. I could see that happening, but yeah. Cody, yep. Good call, John Elite. Cody, another good example. But yeah, just Shawn Spears, yep. Another example. So, I mean, and to be honest with you, and I could be wrong about this, I got a feeling, I think Hikaru Shida is going to end up leaving at some point. I think Shida is going to end up leaving. Because honestly, I don't see Shida ever getting the top spot again in AEW for the women. Heck, I don't even see it for ROH, to be honest with you. I mean, she had an incredible match with Athena at Supercard of Honor. I enjoyed the mess out of it. It was a match I was very much looking forward to, and it delivered. But honestly, they might put her in competition for the AEW, or not AEW, ROH Women's Television Championship, but I don't know. I don't know. Or they may do something with her, having her be the first to win the AEW Women's title and TBS title, maybe, but I don't know. John Elite says, before watching AEW, I didn't know that some of the talent used to be jobbers in WWE. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see when they will announce the competitors for the Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournaments. Still waiting on when is Yuka Sakazaki gonna return. Which I know she had that injury. Hopefully it wasn't too serious, but hopefully she returns soon. Riho, last time I heard with Riho, I think she was in the process of renewing her visa, but I don't know. Bandito, there's no telling when Bandito's finally gonna return. So I don't know. Keith Lee, same thing. Keith Lee. I don't know. But it is what it is. I just really don't. I have no idea what's going to happen with a lot of these folks. Have no idea. No idea whatsoever. But we shall see. John Elite says, didn't Sheeta get a TBS title shot in the past? No, she was in the title tournament. She was in the title tournament, but she lost to Nyla Rose in the second round of the title tournament. But she's never had a TBS title shot. Yeah, she's never had a TBS title shot. She made it to the quarterfinals, but got eliminated by Nyla Rose. Because you got to also remember, John Elite, there wasn't many big name talent that Jade went up against in AEW. Like a lot of her victories were squashes or against, non big name talent. But nah, like, she's never faced Jade. Riho has never faced Jade. Like, as a matter of fact, she hasn't faced any of the Joshis until she got to WWE when her and Bianca Belair won the tag titles from the Kabuki Warriors. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I have no idea what they're gonna be doing with the women's division. Because, don't get me wrong, I know they've got this relationship with Stardom now, and we've gotten to see some of the Stardom talent compete in AEW and ROH, because, with ROH we saw the Ladies of Stardom compete in trios action. We saw Momo Kogo take on Mariah May. Willow Nightingale defended the TBS title against Tam Nakano in a Stardom ring. And then it's just been mainly Azumi and Mina Shirakawa, with Mina Shirakawa having the most appearances so far, which she's competed in both AEW and ROH. But I will say this. If there's any chance of a Stardom wrestler becoming All Elite, I think it's going to be Mina Shirakawa. I think that one makes the most sense. That one makes the most sense. As far as anybody else, doubt it. But honestly, I could see Mina Shirakawa becoming All Elite. And who knows, maybe, regardless of whether she wins or loses at Forbidden Door, maybe there'll be a big surprise and she'll get signed and made All Elite at Forbidden Door. Part of me could see that happening. But yeah, that's really the only one from Stardom that I could see become All Elite. But we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, she wants that AEW Women's Championship. And I don't see her beating Toni Storm for it, but I think it's going to come down to Mariah May's going to have to make a decision, either Toni Storm or Mina Shirakawa, when it gets to that point. But that's what I could see happen. But, yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see how that goes. But yeah. And like I said, for this week, I know for this week, I know they got tournament matches, like from the tournaments I was talking about earlier. Mari Gold has gotten off to quite a good start. Mari Gold's got a schedule up, and, you know, they've been getting some shows in. But yeah, so far, a great start for Mari Gold. Shout out to Mari Gold, to Rossi Ogawa. They're off to a good start. I have to see what their future looks like. And like I said, with WrestleMania being in Vegas next year, and also Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling planning to do a show that same weekend, which I assume will also be in Vegas. I'm definitely looking forward to see and hearing more information about that. And of course, I know we got also have the TJPW doing a show in Seattle later this year. I think it was sometime this fall. So we'll see how that goes with that. But I definitely am strongly considering going to WrestleMania next year. But we shall see. We shall see. But I did have a blast in Philly last month. That was best vacation. Definitely best vacation. John Elite says SummerSlam in 2026 will be 2 nights in Minnesota. Yes, they did confirm that, and that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I have no idea why they are deciding to make SummerSlam a 2-night event. It honestly makes no sense to me to do that. Like, aside from WrestleMania, the only other big name show in WWE that a 2-night event would make sense is if they did like the Royal Rumble. If they did the Royal Rumble 2 nights, have the men's Royal Rumble in one night and the women's in the other night, along with, you know, title matches and whatnot, that I could understand. That would make more sense. But SummerSlam? Yeah, that makes no sense to me. 2 nights for that makes no sense to me. A Wrestling Wave 88 says, for any wrestler looking for a place to go or get booked in Japan, Marigold is open. Yeah, I definitely agree. It seems like they are open to not only trainees, but just all sorts of talent, including international talent. So I definitely agree. Definitely agree. And like I said, Marigold's got something going there. You know, I checked out that first show. I reviewed that first show, and it was a good show. It was definitely a good show. But yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how Marigold does. Oh yeah, that's right. The Skibon show in LA is this upcoming weekend. That's right. May 30th. Thursday. Oh, that's this Thursday at the Trinity in Los Angeles, California. That's right. Ooh, let me see what card they have. Okay. Tag team match: Supersonic and Stray Cat versus Midnight Player and Otaku-chan. Oh, okay. Owie in the house. Oh my goodness, DPW, I need y'all to book Owie for a show. I need y'all to book Owie for a show badly. Badly. I want to meet Owie so badly. Sari Bomb versus Maya Mamushi. That's Sari versus Maya Yukihi. That should be good. The Harajuku stars of Sakibemi and Babyface versus the Dangerous Liaisons of Konami and Queen of Hearts. Oh, okay. Gang Warfare. Looks like a triple threat. Rina Yamashita versus Lady Antoinette versus Atomic Banshee. Okay. And, the Skibon World Championship will be on the line as Commander Nakajima will defend the title against Crush You. Which, something tells me, Crush You probably could win that match because, remember, in a couple of months, Arisa Nakajima will be retiring from the ring. So, it is very possible that they might go ahead and get that title off of her. But we shall see. But yeah, I totally forgot that Skibon has their show coming up in a couple of days on Thursday. A Thursday show. Man, Thursday seems to be the day for them. Because I think the last couple of shows they did were on a Thursday. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Oh, and unfortunately, speaking of Marigold, now Ishikawa apparently suffered a left knee injury at the Shinkaba match. So she'll be out for a bit. Hopefully it's nothing too serious that she'll need surgery or anything like that. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else on my mind. But it'd be interesting to see how things go, especially NXT with these NXT Women's North American Championship qualifiers. AEW post Double or Nothing. Oh! Let's see. A Wrestling Wave 88 says, if Sheeta leaves AEW, you think she will pop up in Marigold? Honestly, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I don't think she is a fan of Rossy Ogawa. I don't think she's a fan. But honestly, I doubt it. To be honest, with Sheeta is tough. Like, don't get me wrong, Hikaru Shida could really go anywhere and be successful. She's actually getting ready to turn 36 in a couple of weeks, June 11th. But I mean, the only thing that I could see happen is maybe she gets featured more in Ring of Honor. But I don't know. I really don't know. John Elite says, Sheeta in WWE. Well, I mean, she is friends with Asuka. I mean, she's friends with Asuka. I'm just not sure if Sheeta would be taken seriously by the fans. And I'm not sure what her gimmick would be. But although I think Triple H, you know what? I think Triple H would do well by Sheeta. I think he would. If he did well by Asuka in the WWE, I think he would do well by Sheeta. so maybe so. Sheeta in the WWE? Maybe. I mean, I think Triple H would do well by Sheeta. I just don't really know what her path would look like in WWE. I mean, do you bring her up through the NXT path? I don't know. TNA would probably do really well with Sheeta. I think TNA would be a good fit for Sheeta. But I just really don't. And don't get me wrong. The only reason why I'm thinking about this is because I just don't see AEW really doing anything more for her. I don't. I mean, she's a 3-time women's champion. You know, that's great for her that she's been able to achieve that. But I don't see anything else really happening for her. And, you know, she still does hold the record for longest reigning AEW Women's Champion. Toni Storm might. Well, I don't think she'll break that. I don't really know of anybody that will break that. The one that's gotten the closest so far is Britt Baker, but yeah, I'm not sure if Sheeta's record's gonna be broken anytime soon, unless they decide Toni Storm is gonna be the one. But right now, Sheeta and Toni Storm are the only 2 3-time AEW Women's Champions. But yeah, I don't know. But it's an interesting thought. I guess the only other thing that could probably happen is, well, like you said, perhaps she may win the TBS title, but I doubt it. I doubt it. But, you know, crazy things have happened. John Elite says, I'm not a fan of the timeless Tony gimmick. Me neither. Me neither. I hate it. Personally, I hate it. I cannot stand it whatsoever. But crazier things have happened in the past, so you just never know. But oh, Misfit, what's up? Says tonight is going to be the first time since Momo and Micah have been in the ring together since All Star. Oh, right on, right on. Tony Storm was annoying at the American Dream show. Oh, a Wrestling Wave 88. Did you get a chance to go to that show, or did you just watch it live streamed? But definitely did not expect her to show up to that show. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Thought that was pretty interesting. But the Momo Queen's Quest Oedo Tai saga has been interesting. Wrestling with bought the pay-per-view. How was it for you? Because I heard that folks that bought the pay-per-view had a terrible experience. Did you have a terrible experience watching the live stream? I will say this, Misfit. I don't think there's any point in Momo Watanabe going back to Queen's Quest and her not being the leader. Her not taking back over leadership. If that doesn't happen, I don't see any point in her going back to Queen's Quest. Misfit says, I don't hate the gimmick as long as we keep getting matches like we did with Azumi and the match on Sunday. The audio sucked. Yeah, I did hear about that as well, that the audio was straight booty. They refused to turn up the commentary. Yeah. The sound was a little off when it came to the announcements. Yikes. Dang. I guess those that attended live really were the ones that got the better experience. But yeah, it sucks that it went down like that. But yeah, definitely enjoyed the show. I had one of the best seats, so yeah, very memorable. I could barely hear the commentary, was low. Yeah, I looked at the upload on Stardom World, and yeah, felt like the Japanese commentary, I guess was louder than the English, but yeah. Like no one could hear Tom Lawler speak. Which is a bummer, because it was pretty cool seeing him and Veda Scott teamed up for that. But But yeah, at least it's very interesting to see what's been going on as they get ready to enter into the month of May, or the month of June. I know they finally announced the next New Blood show, New Blood 13. And then it's pretty much the road towards the 5-star Grand Prix. I don't know if they'll have another upcoming big name Stardom show. I have to look at the schedule, but yeah. Julia did have the surgery this morning. Yes, successful surgery for Julia. I was listening to the English commentary, but it was very low sound, so I had to raise my TV volume on my TV. Yikes. Yeah, that's a bummer to hear. But I do wonder if they'll have Wingory defend the New Blood tag titles on New Blood 13. Which I still think their title match that they defended against Mai Sakurai and Chan Yoda, that's one of my favorite title defenses right there. Probably the best New Blood tag title match. Misfit says it does seem like she should be good to go come Heat Wave. Here's hoping. That and Summer Destiny as well, because she has a date with Sari at Summer Destiny. Should be good. But yeah, I think the main thing is she went ahead and got the surgery now, so she can start that recovery. The sooner the better. So that is good. That is really good. It just, honestly, it'll just really suck that it could potentially be the same sort of situation with Mercedes. It could be one of those she debuts for Heat Wave in the title shot and wins the title off of Roxanne, which it'll be a bummer. But not surprised. Which is why we got it now instead of waiting. True. Did you stay to the end of the GCW versus the World show? I could finish watching it because it cut off on me. Yes, I did. That I did. It was a very enjoyable show, a wrestling wave, and Masha versus Shuri. Definitely my favorite, and if you ask me, was a match of the year candidate. Paxton Byland, welcome to the stream. I gotcha. Misfit says because it sounds like it's a minor fracture. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Could not finish watching GCW versus the World pay-per-view, cut off on me. So, what match were you on when it cut off for you? I'm actually curious. What match were you on when it cut off? Best YouTuber ever. Thank you, Paxton. Shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you are well. But, yeah, I was front row for that show. That was such an enjoyable show. I had my Shuri fan towel, and, Shuri gave me some love. The 6-man tag match. Ooh. Oof. Wow. Um. Dang. Dang, it cut that early? Well, that is a bummer. Are you talking about the Los Desperados versus Team Dragon Gate? That 6-man tag match? Cause that was like the third or fourth, no, the fourth match of the show. Dang. Wow. That's crazy. Jeez. Oh yeah, from Paxton. Oh yeah. It was after Shuri's match. Great match, by the way. Absolutely. Which, hopefully they run that back at some point. Hopefully they run that back at some point. But yeah. Man, that whole trip was really, really good. Man, 10 shows. Went to 10 shows. I don't know if I'll ever do that again, but that was crazy. Really, really crazy that I went to 10 shows and barely got any sleep my whole time in Philadelphia. Ah. Goodness gracious. And I guess it's safe to say that the collective, I'm guessing, is a yearly thing now. I guess they're going to continue that tradition. Because if that's the case, then I might have to do that again next year. You know? I think he is, yeah. I think Momo Watanabe has been done with Oedo Tai since All Star. Dang, I guess so. Paxton says, wait, 10? Wow. You went to Mania? No, I did not go to Mania. Mania was not one of the shows I went to because too expensive. But nah. Probably would have been nice, but nah, no Mania for me. But I might try to go. I might consider going next year in Vegas to potentially go to that and TJPW next year, which is going to be booked around the same time. It's just a matter of finding out what the dates will be for that TJPW show. But it's supposed to be WrestleMania weekend, so we'll see. I am curious to see what they end up doing for the Seattle show later this year. Yeah, they're super pricey. Yeah, no kidding. And honestly, I mean, WrestleMania, I feel like I'd only be going to just check it off the list. You know what I mean? And, you know, I have gotten some backlash. Like, oh my God, you did all that and didn't even go to Mania. It's like, I went to 10 shows featuring promotions not even from this country. It's like, come on now. But yeah, I mean, I'll eventually go to a Mania at some point. Just her mannerism and her reaction to Tekla and Tora's comments. Yeah, I mean, and not to mention, she hasn't been able to win another title outside of the tag titles since being part of Oedo Tai. So, it's been tough for her. Been really tough for her. I don't know. To see her go back to Queen's Quest would be just weird. That would be weird. Yeah. Also, her just up and leaving when Oedo Tai beat down Saya, seemingly conflicted, and Momo stopped Tora from being mean to Saya. Yeah, that happened. That definitely happened. I think definitely, you know, a seed might have been planted. We'll have to see what happens. I do think it's kind of ironic that when the shoe was on the other foot, Saya ended up knocking down Momo and saving Utami. So I feel like it's kind of funny that, you know, the roles have kind of switched, so to speak. But yeah, I just think it would be weird if she went back to Queen's Quest. But if you think about it, it makes somewhat of sense because Momo tried to get Saya to turn on Queen's Quest. That is true. That is very true. That's why it's so ironic. And who knows? The same result could happen. Momo could be like, "Psych, I'm staying." But I guess we'll find out. And I guess we'll see what decision Starlight Kid makes. But like I said before, I think Starlight Kid should just stay unaffiliated for a little longer. She's probably thinking, if they did that to my best friend and Starlight Kid without me around, they don't really care about me. Yeah, potential thoughts there. Definitely potential thoughts. But yeah. And like I said, Starlight Kid nailed that Club Venus dance perfectly. But it's interesting. She's teamed up with pretty much each faction. It's crazy. Well, outside of Oedo Tai, that is. Post Oedo Tai. So, yeah. Momo rejoining Queen's Quest, very awkward reunion with Azumi and Saya. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't see it happening. Paxton says, do you think Becky will be done with the WWE? It's very possible. I mean, they had the thank you Becky chants after she lost, and she still hasn't re-signed. Her contract's supposed to be up this weekend, so I don't know. But a big part of me does think she will re-sign. So I'm going to say she does re-sign, but you never know. You never know. Azumi is the other part of this you have to pay attention to. That is true, because she doesn't seem to like the idea of Momo coming back, especially with Saya extending the hand and claiming herself as the leader, which they need to just, honestly, if you ask me, they need to just shut up, have a singles match, and determine who the leader will be and just be done with it. Saya, Azumi, and just decide it in the ring. They need to go ahead and do that before they do anything else. But that's just me. And then, supposedly, Shuri might be trying to recruit Lady C for God's Eye. That's another weird one. That's another really weird one. Mr. says, I personally think Momo is returning to QQ. Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I just don't think it makes any sense for her to go back. But you never know. I never thought Hazuki would have joined Stars, so at this point, anything could happen. Because I think Azumi is going to leave and form a faction with Starlight Kid, Suzu, and May. That's a high-speed loaded faction. Would be kind of interesting, but that's a very high-speed loaded faction. Hey, Wrestling Wave, asks, interesting question. Would this happen if Utami was still with Queen's Quest? Eh, probably not. Probably not. At this point, Momo needs a refresh. Yeah. In what way? I have no idea. But, yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. But it's definitely a storyline to definitely keep eyes on, keep eyes locked on, and might be like the top storyline in Stardom right now. I guess next to Starlight Kid, but yeah, it's definitely one to keep eyes on for sure. But yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. But man, I can't imagine Lady C in God's Eye. I can't imagine that. I really can't imagine that. But at the same time, Lady C hasn't really been doing much in Queen's Quest. I mean, and her going back to her roots that was getting success might be what she needs. I don't know, because I just don't see her going back to Queen's Quest and her not retaking the throne. It just wouldn't look right for her to go to Queen's Quest and not retake the throne. Um, Momo and Micah had a great match, and I felt bad for Momo not winning the red belt. See, she still has not won it yet. Yeah, that's the one title that's definitely been eluding her. And then when you think about it, Momo Kogo should get a title shot at Micah. She pinned her in the 5-star Grand Prix. When you think about it, she pinned her in the 5-star Grand Prix. When's Momo Kogo going to get her red belt title shot? Saki Kashima's in God's Eye, which she doesn't really fit in there, so Lady C in the group wouldn't be far out there. Well, I mean, at least Lady C's not a coward. Which really makes it weird for Saki Kashima, because she's in God's Eye and she's a coward. Paxton says it would not fit. I agree. Wrestling Wave says, sure, why not? Yeah, I'd be down. But shout out to Momo Kogo. Ever since she recovered from her injury, she's been getting booked a lot. Like I said, I got a chance to meet her in Philly. Sweet, sweet woman. Continuing to pray that she has a full healing. I truly believe in Jesus' name she will be fully healed. She's been getting booked consistently. She had the role in The Runaway Wrestler. And, I am still hoping for the day that before she officially retires, that she wins at least one championship. Something she has yet to do. And I know she's getting up there in age. She's almost 40. But I would love for Momo Kogo to win a title at least once. At least once. That is like one of my big Stardom wishes for her. And if you ask me, I think the high-speed title would be perfect for her. I do. I think the high-speed title would be perfect for her. Momo Kogo pulls off the upset, wins the red belt. Whoo, man. I would probably mark out if that happened. That would probably be the upset of the year. That would be the upset of the year. Yeah. If that were to happen, that would be the upset of the year, hands down. I hope they have Micah's next set of challengers ready. Yeah, me too. Paxton says she deserves it so much. And I agree. Like, I understand Momo's record hasn't been incredible, but I just think it's been incredible seeing her wrestle, under her health conditions and just continue to showcase her talents. I mean, with that lucha style. And like I said, it really broke my heart when I read about her interview with Actress Girls when she came out about her health conditions. But yeah, it's awesome to see her being able to bounce back and continue to keep her career going. And like I said, it was such an honor meeting her in Philly. They aren't putting the red belt on Momo, which understandable. I mean, I don't see it happening, but it would be the biggest shocker. Micah would be furious and it would be fun to watch. Yep, agreed. But I mean, hey, you never know. You never know. Harmony, known as Kizuna Tanaka and Honoka, dethroned Risa, Sarah, and Saki to become the Pro Wrestling Wave Tag Team Champions, which I still think might be currently the biggest upset this year. So, anything can happen. But I still believe Micah owes Momo a title shot because she pinned her in the 5-star Grand Prix. Micah still needs to beat Momo and Mayu to prove her title run. Tam, not Momo, to prove her title run isn't a fluke. I'd probably add Shuri to that list. I would add Shuri to that list. If you ask me, I would add Shuri to that list. Which I still also think Shuri would be another good candidate to win either the IWGP Women's Championship or the Wonder of Stardom Championship. But I don't think there's any rush for them to put a belt on Shuri. I mean, Shuri had a great red belt run anyway. She's also won a 5-star Grand Prix, so Shuri has done well. And she has an excellent win-loss record in Stardom as a whole. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's getting close to the end of the Best of Super Juniors. So definitely looking forward to see who will be in the Final Four. Who will be in the Final Four? I thought she already beat Shuri. No, she hasn't defended against Shuri. So far, she's only defended against Megan Bain, Saya Kamatani, Utami Hayashishita, and Momo Watanabe. So far. I think 2024 is going to be a big You're from Momo Watanabe. I don't know in what way. Well, hey, you know the year's not over yet. I mean, we're approaching the the halfway mark, but you know, year's not over yet. Anything can happen. But I definitely I am ready to see once they start booking talent for the Tag Festival, DPW Tag Festival. I'm looking forward to that. Um, oh, Despy. Oh, good. Despy is doing great in the Best of Super Juniors. And Momo's still your pick to win the 5 star. I gotcha. Yeah, Despy. A lot of folks are picking Desperado to finally win a Best of Super Juniors, but TJP has been making a comeback. Lost 4 in a row and then just won 4 in a row. Paxton asks, who is your favorite pro wrestler? Um, Favorite of all time, the Great Muta. Favorite female wrestler, Gail Kim. Favorite tag team, the Motor City Machine Guns. I stuck with Micah last year, and she went to the finals. Yep, went to the finals, and even though Suzu Suzuki won, she got her revenge when it counted the most. Micah had 4 title defenses so far. Correct. Misfit says he should win it. El Desperado has deserved that tournament win for years. Way I see it, as long as it's not Hiromu Takahashi, I'm pretty open. As long as it's not Hiromu. But I would not mind if El Desperado won the tournament. Would not mind at all. But yeah, for me, as long as it's not Hiromu, I'll be happy. Beware, Micah. Momokogo will be lurking, waiting, watching. I like the way you think, a Wrestling Wave 88. I like the way you think. But yeah, it was really cool meeting her. And I got her a little birthday gift, a little small peach plushie. She really liked that. Micah still won it all in the end, if we're being honest. Yeah, I mean, you know, winning the tournament got you the guaranteed title match. But Micah won the title, so hey, therefore she gets it. Don't get me wrong, I love Hiromu, but it's time for him to move on. I was under the impression he was eventually going to bump up in weight class, but I guess that's not going to happen anytime soon. So, yeah, it's weird. I thought he would have moved up in weight class by now, but we'll see. We shall see. But yeah. And see, we still have a while before the 5-star Grand Prix. 5-star Grand Prix doesn't begin until August 10th. So we still got a long while before that. Now that I think about it. I wonder if maybe perhaps... So we just had Flashing Champions. I don't know if they'll do a Stardom Sunshine this year or oh, now that I think about it, they'll probably do a Stardom Midsummer Champions show before the 5-Star Grand Prix, like they did last year. Now that I think about it, they might do that in June or July. Stardom Midsummer Champions, probably July, and then that'll be the last show they do before beginning the 5-Star Grand Prix. This was said, as I believe that was the first time that the Red Belt title match following the winner of the 5 Stars was a rematch of the 5-Star Finals of the same year. I believe you are correct. Skibon's next show is Thursday, by the way. Yep, this Thursday, a day before my birthday in LA, which, if I remember correctly, the last couple of Skibon shows were on Thursdays. So, I just wonder if this will be the show where they pull the trigger and go ahead and put the title on Crush You, since Arisa Nakajima is going to be retiring. Which, I think she still has like a month or two before retiring. But they could go ahead and take the belt off of her. But, we'll see. I don't know how soon after this Thursday they'll do their next Skibon show. I mean, that feud was so hot it had to be Micah versus Suzu for the title. Fair point. Now, what I'm really curious about is the type of reaction when Natsupoi dethrones Sari Ano. I would love to see what kind of reaction we get. But, one last thing, I'm going to look at the schedule, and then I'll call it a night because it's getting late. The Stardom schedule, they also put dates for other organization participation on here, which gives me the idea that, some of the Stardom talent will be confirmed. Like, they got the Colors, Spark Joshi, Paresu, which makes sense because Starlight Kid is the Spark World Champ. So that'll be her first defense. And of course, the Catch the Wave tournament, which Rana Yagami and Saya Kamatami are both in. Of course, they got the All Together in Sapporo, middle of June, Starlight Kid versus Azumi. New Blood 13. Looking forward to that. Can't wait till they start putting the card together for that. Blood Sports Bushido. Oh. Oh, that's right. Konami's booked for that show. Ooh, Konami versus Maya Fukada of Great. Ooh. Ooh. I didn't know Konami got booked for that show. That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. That's June 22nd. Nice. Very nice. That 3-way match at Skibon. Oh, yeah, that's right. Konami's competing, and Sari's competing as well. If Azumi and Mina are missing from the June 30th shows because they're in Long Island for Forbidden Door, yeah, and like I said, I'm already predicting Mina will get her AEW Women's title shot at Forbidden Door. Azumi, not sure who they may put her up against. I guess maybe Mercedes, but we'll see. Let's see. Stardom so 2 shows that same day. So the Bloodsport show and Stardom the Conversion, both on June 22nd. So it's like Konami won't be at that Stardom show since she's on the Bloodsport show. Women's Pro Wrestling Gokuaku Festival. Toranatsuko, Sayaka Kurara, and Natsupoi are booked for that show. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Man, got a lot to look forward to. Sari versus Maya Yukihi is one of the matches at Skibon. Let's go. Oh yeah, that should be really good. Like both ladies, I've met Maya Yukihi. She was really cool. Azumi still wants that singles match with Mercedes. Makes sense. A Wrestling Wave 88 says the Stardom girls could be recruiting new talent like what Utami did when she came back with Megan Bayne. Very possible. Very, very possible. Let's see. Oh yeah, and of course the now Kakuta Cross produced show, which Himeka, the Jumbo Princess, will be a special guest referee for one of the matches. And we know Natsupoi and Sari Ano are booked for that show. Maybe Sari is facing Maya to prepare for Julia. Could be. And it'll be interesting to see, what she might do differently from what she normally does, since she's technically in a different gimmick, Sari Bomb. So, have to see how that goes. But, and like I said before, with the Nao Kakuta Cross produced show, like I say again, folks, let's not get too crazy on the idea of a TJPW Stardom open forbidden door. I think this is just now Kakuta has an opportunity to do something like this before she retires. That's all I see it as. I don't see it as anything different from like the Sari-isms or, the Hyper Misao produced shows. You know what I mean? But already folks are thinking about, Forbidden Door, TJPW, Stardom. Chill on that. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I still think it's very unlikely right now. And I'm sure President Okada wants to see it happen, but I don't see it happening. I really don't. But you never know. You never know. Oh wow, they already got the complete schedule up for the 5-Star Grand Prix dates. That's cool. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 shows that will cover the 5-Star Grand Prix. And it looks like they're just going to run through each in August. So they're just going ahead and going to go through go through the tournament. Fair enough. Isn't the Stardom supposed to be happening in a few hours? Is it? Actually, yes, yeah, Stardom in Osaka. So, yeah. But it is after 3 a.m. for me, and I gotta get ready to go back to work. So I'm gonna end it on that note. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Saw some new faces tonight. Man, it's been a while since I've done one of these live, so I should probably do this more. Give y'all a chance to really, come back and interact. I definitely enjoyed this. So Stardom's English Twitter on the Osaka show said some wrestlers have big decisions on the horizon. Which direction are they leaning? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something to think about. Something to definitely think about. We shall see. I miss Kyrie beating the crap out of Lyra like she owed her money. And it was cool that she got new theme music as well. So definitely happy for her. And hopefully she gets featured more in singles matches. I know she was mainly doing tag teams, especially when she was still tag champs with Asuka. But I think now it's time to let her do her thing as a singles competitor, what she knows she can be really good at. But anyway, don't forget to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty if y'all are interested in any video game themed makeup and cosmetic products, or if you want to get a gift for that special somebody, definitely check that out. And don't forget to use the promo code blitzball_champ, all in caps, for 10% off of your order. And yeah, I know that got quite a lot to look forward to. But yeah. And then in a couple of days, I will be the Big 4-0. So yeah, should be good. Last couple of comments. Death Rebel doesn't miss with the Joshi themes. Agreed. Much like Asuka, I don't think she cares or is bothered by losing matches. She around her best friends, Io and Asuka, having the time of her life. She seems to be having a blast. That I definitely believe. She's definitely having a blast. I mean, especially being around her best friend and someone that she pretty much looks up to like a big sister. So, but everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification while you're at it. Thank y'all so much for coming out and supporting and watching, and I hope each and every one of y'all enjoyed tonight's live stream. For another live pro wrestling talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube, the Tube, and the Facebook. My name is Jason Ingram. God bless y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. I am out, about to pass out. Peace and later.